So we made it up here to Douglas and we made our first test pass, and this is what we got here. Broke off in the head. Took a little bit of threads with it too. So we got rode around the pits talking to people. One gentleman has a drill, and we had another guy in somebody's pit that was at the auto parts store, so they got us an extractor kit and some new bolts. And as you can see, I pulled the rest of them out to check them as well, and a couple of them look compromised. I believe this all reverts back to when the transmission broke last time. So we got some new parts coming in. We're gonna get them installed. We're gonna try to make another pass. Alright, so I think the last video I took was me speaking on the rocker arm. So we had success. We were able to get it out of there. But the rest of the event really wasn't that successful. We entered a cash days. Let's see, we raced. Clint was driving somebody else's car, so we beat them in the first round, and then we went to the second round against like a 57 Chevy. We beat them. I actually put down our fastest pass on that one, but unfortunately both races there was no footage. There was some communication with the GoPro issues. Let's see, and then the third pass we got Daniel Griffin in his Mustang, and he just treated me like, I mean, I don't know if I was sleeping or what, but I got that clip on GoPro, and it's pretty bad. So I'll slide that in there. And then the next day we entered the Outlaw Street class, and we drew Dean. He's got Devil Z, if you watch a lot of street racing videos and such, or even 1320. I'm sure you've seen the car before. It's not a dud, you know. Very quick. I've seen it many times. I just haven't ever been able to run him because normally I don't fit the rules for a street class because of the dual power adders, but they made an exception this time, so we got in there and still got beat. But let's see, so the second race we're gonna race a guy named Ethan in an S10, and let's see, went into the burnout box and somebody spotted some fluid leaking out from under my car, so they shut me down. And they went to inspecting, and the wheat pole on the water pump was just dumping coolant. So they gave us 2 minutes, and Will used my Zeus fastener tool to pop the bottom radiator hose off. Somebody thought it was a good idea to pull the radiator cap off, I guess to relieve the pressure before they pulled the hose out, which I can understand that, but they dumped all the coolant out, or it was just water, no antifreeze. And somebody didn't put the radiator cap back on. And that's neither here nor there, but we decided, you know, they pulled me into the beam, did the burnout, pulled me into the beams, and we launched, and I was out on him at the 330 by maybe a half a car. And then there was two big hiccups, big burst of coolant, or water came out of the radiator. I guess if it went up, it went down too, because the car went straight to the rev limiter and nosed over, and he drove on by me. So we were put out of the shootout at that point. And the GoPro on that one was set to pictures, so all I have is pictures, like 900 pictures. So I'll show you like the 330 picture. Well, I do have a video somebody took from the starting line, so I can put that in here, but GoPro was on pictures on the car. And then we decided to let the car cool down because it got hot, and iced it down, put the fan on it, went around, put more boost in it on the leave. We're just gonna see if it could take it. We were just gonna do a test hit and then possibly grudge after that. Went to make the test hit, and the car, I'm not sure, it doesn't seem like it rode the ring gear. I mean, it left like normal, and then at about 80 foot or so it just stood straight up, and I wasn't prepared for it, and it was the first time the car has ever done that, first time I've ever done a wheelie like that. So it was just a knee-jerk reaction. I completely dumped it. It crashed down. I got into it again. It came back up. You know, came back up the second time because of the springs. Threw it back up in the air with the power. But anyways, it hit hard. Lots of sparks. Pulled back around. When I got to the pits, my water temp was like 300 degrees. So we shut it down. And I got it up on the lift now. The oil pan's fine. You can see right here. That's where it hit. Everything else is good. The diaper took a beating. It's got quite a few holes in it. Let's see here if we can see the holes. Holes there. It slid back, caught the flywheel there, and there's a big hole up in the front where it hit, right there. So I think we're going to keep running it because these are like $400. With inflation, they're probably more now. Data looked good on the dump valve. It seemed to get up on the two-step, build boost a little bit quicker. One more thing. When it came down from the wheelie, it crushed my wheel bearings, I guess, or hurt them, damaged them, I don't know, but this is a new sound. That clicking, I suppose it's the bearings inside the races, and it did it to both sides. So I'll be replacing those and a water pump. And like these wheels, they used to spin for, I don't know, they spun a lot longer than this. When you whip it like that, I mean, they would spin for 3 or 4 times that long. And the brakes are loose, so it's not the brakes dragging, it's the wheel bearings are hurt. Let's see what else happened this weekend. Oh, my boy Dustin, he's well connected in the racing industry, and in that bag right there is worth its weight in gold. He was able to get me a cable drive for the fuel pump, so I can return his fuel pump that he let me borrow. It was working fine. That's it there. But that's it. The engine has a misfire when I pulled it out of the trailer, so I don't know if we torched something, if we maybe burned a piston up or a head gasket or what, running it without water. Probably wasn't the wisest decision, but we were there. What can you do? But then again, it might have broken another rocker arm bolt or threw a rocker off. I don't know what I'm going to do about that either, but I got to make some changes because, I don't know, it's annoying constantly having these rocker arm issues. So that's it. I'll put all the clips of the racing that I have and the pictures and whatnot after this. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.